Welcome back in Belgium for one last stage of the Renewi Tour, a 5-day stage race in the Netherlands and Belgium. We are in Leuven with Mr. Leuven, grew up here, Jasper Stuyven, two-time stage winner, Tim Merlier, Olaf Kooi, also won a stage in this Renewi Tour. Tim Wellens, 21 seconds down on GC, but these two guys only 1 second apart. Arnaud Delis currently in pole position, with Mathieu van der Poel just 1 second down in the general classification. 184.7 kilometers to do today. We start with some local laps around Leuven, then the big loop through the province of Flemish Brabant, and then 3 local laps of 14.4 kilometers that include 3 climbs that we know from the 2021 World Championship. The breakaway of the day with Edoardo Affini, Kasper Asgreen, Siebe de Weert and Aifaris Mikutis. They never really got that much time because having Kasper Asgreen up front, that is a warning to each and every one of these riders in the peloton. Siebe de Weert did a good job. He got back the Super 8 combativity jersey off the shoulders of his teammate Bart van Hoof by picking up the first Super 8 combativity sprint at 107 kilometers from the line. We're making our way back to Leuven as our breakaway is caught. Affini and Asgreen and de Weert, and the attack by XDS Astana here with Davide Ballerini and Axel Huns of the Unibet Titema Rockets. On the local circuit, we find 3 climbs that we know from that 2021 World Championships won by Julian Alaphilippe and Elisa Balsamo, the Leopold de Coulaan, Wijnpersstraat and the Keizersberg. With the Wijnpersstraat only 5.5 kilometers from the line. Mathieu van der Poel, yeah, he wants bonus seconds and goes all in, just avoiding that barrier by a millimeter. Ballerini still leading with 2 laps to go, but the attacks are coming from UAE Team Emirates there with Antonio Morgado. There are constant attacks here, but this is a very important one because this is the green kilometer. 3, 2 and 1 second this first sprint, and 3 go to Van der Poel with only 1 for Arnaud Delis. Fred Wright continues this attack with Alberto Bettiol, with Tom Squeens a little bit further back. Same goes for the Belgian champion Tim Wellens, making this green kilometer very, very exciting because with the seconds that Fred Wright gets here, he moves up in the general classification, and the same goes for the Latvian champion because the seconds that he picks up here in the third sprint get him into the top 10 of the GC. But the most important sprint was the first one because 3 seconds for Van der Poel, 1 for Delis, means that Mathieu van der Poel now virtually is 1 second up on Delis with 1 lap to go. Delis in that leader's jersey. He was hiding a little bit in the peloton, struggling on the little climbs around Leuven, but he had a formidable teammate in Jenno Berghuis at the front of the bunch with 1 more lap to go. Lots of people here in Leuven where it was 20 degrees and a lovely day for a bike race and to watch a bike race. A very technical circuit means that the likes of Van der Poel really did well. But it was Dries de Bond animating the race in that final kilometer. This is just under the Flamme Rouge, and this is a typical Dries de Bond attack. He pushes the pedals, he attacks the course, he puts so much watts on these pedals and tries to stay clear. Clément Rousseau in the blue of Groupama FDG on his wheel with Paul Magnier up there as well. Thibaut de Grosso starting the sprint with Mathieu van der Poel, and at this point it's still Arnaud Delis trying to find a way out, and he does so on the wheel of Pavel Bittner on the right hand side of the road. Del Grosso has finished the sprint preparation. They still have to get to Dries de Bond, and they do on the finish line, and there is Arnaud Delis. He brings home the stage win, his first win since February, but he also wins the overall. And with his dad by his side, that means everything for the young man from Belgium. What an attack by Dries de Bond, almost pulling it off in that final kilometer. But Arnaud Delis, sprinters, they always have something extra when they see that finish line. He takes 10 bonus seconds, Van der Poel takes 6. And that means that Arnaud Delis wins the overall. And after some really difficult months, this means everything for Arnaud Delis. And Mathieu van der Poel, he knows it. He congratulates the man who wins the Renewi Tour, wins the final stage in Leuven. Er is de bond on the podium. Bittner, Groenewegen, Milesi, Albanese, Penouet, Olaf Kooi and Axel Laurence. And that means that finally, for the first time since the 7th of February, Arnaud Delis wins a bike race again. There were a lot of second places in the last week. In Hamburg last week, we had 2 second places in the Renewi Tour, but finally today he gets it right. And on top of it all, he also wins the overall classification ahead of Mathieu van der Poel and Tim Wellens. What a day for this young man. He is back. He overcame his struggles. And I can't wait to see what he does in the remainder of the season. This was Mr. Regular, Pavel Bittner. A lot of top 2, top 3, top 4 places for the young rider from the Czech Republic. No win for him, but he does get the points classification jersey ahead of Olaf Kooi and Arnaud Delis. Best young rider is Tibor Del Grosso. And the points classification for the combativity for the intermediate sprints goes to Siebe de Weert. But the overall winner, Arnaud Delis, winner in Leuven and winner of the Renewi Tour.